Welcome back to my channel 100 Stories. Today I am going to present you story 4. Anusha, a courageous girl, part 2. But before we do that, make sure to subscribe the channel for my other 96 stories and also like, comment and share to grow the audience. Now, let's begin. Anusha, a courageous girl, part 2. Hi, you must be new here, yeah? Said the boy. Oh yes, I am. Nice to meet you. I'm Anu, replied Anu in some kind of nervous tone, but a friendly gesture as well. Hi Anu, I'm Vinesh. Nice to meet you too, replied Vinesh. Anu was working in the kitchen of the bungalow. She was cooking food for her master and his son. Anubhav was put safely in a chair while she was cooking, and Rohan and Rohini had gone school, after a hard effort of Anu to persuade them. She was also considering going school, but from the next session. It was almost impossible to overcome from the trauma of few months back, though she was trying her best. She was taking good care of her siblings. They seemed happy to stay there, to play in the backyard of the bungalow and the garden. Rohan and Rohini tried to help her as much as they could. Anu was very thankful to them as they were not causing any trouble to her. They even helped her to take care of Anubhav. The twins would sometimes cry about their parents and Anu would comfort them, saying they were watching over all 4 of their children from above the sky. To console herself, she would stare at the sky at the twinkling stars. She would imagine their faces, smiling warmly at her. The master's son had come to introduce himself. She introduced herself as well. They had some small talk and then he turned and left. But something happened during that time that Anu felt a bit uncomfortable about. After talking, Vinesh had stared her from top to bottom. When Anu had caught him doing that, he had turned and left. This was one of many occurrences to happen. She caught him many times doing something similar. Anu grew more and more uncomfortable every time this happened. Once, she was working outside and he was staring at her from the top floor, just standing there and staring. Maybe he was staring at something else, Anu thought, but when she glanced at him, it was clear as day that his gaze was fixed on her only. Again he turned and walked away. Anu grew more and more suspicious of him every day. Once, she went outside to buy some groceries. She was talking with the shop owner and they somehow came to talk about her job at the bungalow. You work in the bungalow, right? The shop owner asked. Oh yes, I do. Why do you ask? Anu replied as she looked for some groceries. Oh, no reason. You know there used to be another girl working there and she left for some reason. She worked for about just a month and left, said the shop owner. Anu was shocked to hear this after she thought about this for a while. What could have been the reason for the girl who walked before Anu to leave? Was it because of Vinesh? Did he treat that girl the same way he was treating Anu right now? Surely that wasn't the answer. But it was. Anu felt she couldn't tolerate this any longer. Knowing that another girl had to go through the same thing as her made her will to stop this stronger. Vinesh had always been making her feel uncomfortable and this had gone way too far. She decided to confirm her speculation once and for all. Anu came up with a plan. At dinner that night while serving food, she wanted to spend some time with him. The master was watching TV in sitting room in ground floor, so she was thinking she's safe. If he really was trying to abuse her as Anu was thinking he was, then he would definitely try to take advantage of them being alone. She started to talk frankly with Vinesh about school, friends and so. At first he didn't pay much attention, but while having dinner, he did something she never expected. He came close to Anu and started to stare at her and about to say something. But Anu at once got up and moved away. Then Vinesh came again closer and said, I think you're taking this way too seriously. This was enough proof that that boy had some ill intentions towards Anu. The very next day she went to Vinesh's father. He was at home that day and Vinesh himself had gone out with his friends. How dare you, girl! You accuse my son of doing such things. I have raised him teaching the best culture. I love him so much that I didn't even marry after his mother died, so that I could give him all my love and care. I have cared for you and your siblings so much, giving you all necessary food, living place, and even treating you. And you go and accuse my son of such behavior? shouted the man. She became nervous for a second, but she had to do this, she said. It's true that you have cared for us a lot. But what I am saying is true. Your son has done those things I was telling you about. If you don't believe me, ask him yourself. You know that he can't lie to you, right? If he still denies it, then I'll be gone from your house in a minute. The master agrees and Anu is a little bit worried now. What if Videsh somehow convinced his father? No, it's not possible. She was pondering at night while her 3 siblings were already snoring, but she couldn't since she was recalling that night when she lost both of her parents. Next morning, Master returned from jogging and Vinesh was about to start his morning with gym. He took Vinesh in sitting room to ask Vinesh about what Anu had told him, but he didn't like to be direct. After having some minutes of conversation, he came to the point with the first sip of coffee. It was true, although the son could lie to anyone, but not to his father. He started sweating and his face turned a bright shade of red as he blurted out yes. The father was shocked to hear this and both of them were quiet for a while. Vinesh was nervous, probably he had never been before to this extent. I was thinking that I have taken care of everything about you, but I missed something. You know, what you did is wrong. In this age you may have some kind of attraction towards girls, but relating to Anu, you are wrong and I never expected that from you. Keep in mind, I have kept her not only as maid, I'm protecting those orphan children also. Vinesh couldn't say a word. He was staring at the floor. You know, I probably never discussed about this matter with you. What is right, what is wrong. I'll be observing you from now onwards. If you want to say something, you can't speak to me. Speak with your cousin brother. He'll help you to figure out your problem. Meanwhile, Anu came with breakfast. With guilt, now Vinesh is not in a position of looking at Anu's face. After a while, when father left for one of his business meetings, Vinesh appeared in the cottage of Anu where she was feeding Anubhav. Sorry, what happened is not right. Anu didn't have to go through such things ever again. Next year she joins the same school which twins were attending and continues her study. Anubhav is now in a daycare center. She is satisfied and lived happily then after. So that's the end of Anu's story. What did you think of this story, guys? Tell me down in the comments below. But before you do that, let me tell you the takeaway of this story. The takeaway of this story is that if there is a will and courage, there is always a way. In the next story, I'll be returning with the story of a Chinese man on an Everest expedition. To see that and the rest of my stories, subscribe my channel. For now, bye!